As I mentioned in the previous video for this dive, the key feature of the Refugio dive site are the rocky ledges that run parallel to the shore. This rocky area is home to many different types of sea stars, sea cucumbers, and sea urchins, and generally speaking, it's the little things that are going to stand out on this dive. This is a sea cucumber. When disturbed, sea cucumbers can contract their body into a tight ball for defense. Like sea stars, sea cucumbers come in a wide variety of shapes and sizes, such as this white sea cucumber. This is a brittle star. I've noticed that they tend to hide in shady areas under rock overhangs, such as this one. Though the ledges are the main point of interest here, exploring the sandy areas is also interesting, and you'll often find some neat things, such as this small elbow crab, or this spiny sand star. These are found nearly exclusively in sandy areas, and they can move pretty quick for a sea star. Also found in abundance here are various types of sea anemones. This is a tube-dwelling anemone. Its tentacles protrude from the soft tube that protects the rest of its body. As for this anemone, this one is called a green anemone, and they're pretty common. They grow to be around 2.5 inches in diameter, and they can often be seen in tide pools here in Southern California. In this shot to the left of the anemone, you can see two siphons sticking above the sand. These belong to a clam-like animal called a piddick. They spend their life using their shell to burrow into the rock, and they filter feed using these siphons. When people think of ocean life, they often assume that all fish in the ocean are as colorful as the fish in their doctor's office fish tank. In California, as I've mentioned before, most fish rely on camouflage for survival, so most fish are not very colorful at all. The nudibranchs that live here are very colorful, however, and they're really neat. The name nudibranch means naked gill. The feathery appendages on the backs of these nudibranchs are actually their gills. Nudibranchs of all different types are very common here at Refugio, so if you're into photography, make sure to bring a macro lens for this dive. In addition to the various types of nudibranchs that live here, there's many other types of mollusks that live here as well, such as this whelk and this keyhole limpet. Not all sea slugs are small. This is a California sea hare. It got its name because of the appendages on its head that look like rabbit ears. These guys can grow to be up to 18 to 20 inches long. They commonly have a thin film of slime that covers their entire body. Something interesting about these slugs is that as a defense mechanism, they can secrete a purple dye into the water if they feel threatened. Also, their color is determined by the color of the algae that it eats, so they can be found in shades of red, brown, or green.